a lot of things happened today. So let's jump into it. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, like you tell by the title, we signed another corner. I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the corner signing. We're going to talk about the Bobby McCain release. We're going to talk about Malik Hooker. We're also going to talk about the tight end we brought in. And then I'm going to get into reviewing this offseason. That was technically supposed to be tomorrow's video, but with all this stuff happening now, I said, screw it. Just going to put it out Thursday night. You guys can enjoy getting an early video instead of waiting for Friday. You're going to get 2 videos today. Also, if you can tell, you got little like cutout sections on my timeline. Well, that's because I noticed I took a review, or I took a poll, and a good 75% of you guys don't give a crap about me doing what I'm doing now, which is rambling or thanking people or all that good stuff before I get into the fat or the meat of the video. And then there's still 25% of you guys who hate it. So why not coincide? If you hate it so much, just look at the timeline, see where the section that you want to hear about is, and click on it. Boom, it takes you right to the beginning of it. So if you don't want to hear my intros, you don't want to hear me talking about Jason McCourty signing, or you don't want to hear me talk about Jabri Blunt signing, or you just want to hear about the offseason review and grades, you just click on it. It's on the timeline. So I'm already at, about a minute, 2 minutes of me rambling. So if you hate it, just fast forward it, because I got some people to shout out. First off, got my members, 2 new members, Ramon Casillas. Hope I said your name right. And AJ Eckley. Thank you so much for joining the membership. You got a nice little icon that you can use, especially when I go live, all that stuff. And when I go live, I will make you a mod. Also, patchvibes.com. Be sure to check them out. They have a ton of great stuff, a ton of great t-shirts, merch, all that stuff. Use promo code DW, you get yourself 20% off. So, earlier today, the Miami Dolphins informed us that they will be releasing Bobby McCain. And then, as you can tell by the Twitter pop-up, they officially released Bobby McCain, and they signed Jabri Blunt, tight end, who played basketball. Think of Jabri Blunt signing as an he's an undrafted free agent signing. Think about it that way, and that's what it actually is. So I think it's funny that's another tight end. I made the joke on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter, that the tight ends this season is now the new cornerback. And I made that joke, and then all of a sudden, the Miami Dolphins sign cornerback Jason McCourty, who... What? I wanted them to sign Malik Hooker. They could potentially still sign Malik Hooker. A lot of Dolphin fans were even reaching out to him on Twitter. Jason McCourty, 33 years old. He's a 5'11", 195 corner. He's been in the league for a hot minute. 12 years? 12-year vet, give or take? Yeah, 12-year vet. Started with Tennessee, went to Cleveland for a year, was with New England, now apparently with the Dolphins. Played left corner, right corner, boundary corner. Could the Dolphins move him to safety like they did with Eric Rowe? Will that be a better spot for him to play? But then also, we have Javon Holland, we have Brandon Jones. I don't know. To come on here and act like I know what Brian Flores and Chris Greer and these guys are doing, I got no idea. That kind of coincides with comment of the day, because when Bobby McCain, it was announced that Bobby McCain was going to be released, a lot of guys in the comment section and on Twitter were like, I don't understand why they can't just try to why don't they trade him? Why don't they ask him for a contract reduction or cut? Or why are they just flat out releasing him? This doesn't make any sense. So, and you have to think about it this way. The Dolphins aren't going to come out and publicly say, we've tried to trade Bobby McCain. No one wanted him, so we released him. We asked Bobby McCain to take a cap reduction. No, he didn't want to, so we released him. It's the same thing with Kyle Van Noy. They tried to trade Kyle Van Noy, and they actually sat down with him to try to get a contract reduction. He didn't want none of it, and no one wanted to trade for him, so they released him. Same thing with Bobby McCain. That is the order of operations when it comes to players. First off, you try to trade him. You try to get something for him, anything for him. Look at Eric Flowers. It wasn't a lot, but they got something for him. try to trade him. No, they don't want to trade him. All right, Bobby. Well, we'd like to keep you around, but your contract is a little bit too big and you're going to be, a second tier guy. We want the young guys to take over. We want to see what we could do in other places. Would you take? No? All right. Well, then we're going to have to release you. That's the order of operations when it comes to players. So a lot of people are asking, especially like if you see players get released and you're always like, well, why didn't they try to trade him, get something for him? They did. And no one wanted him. So they released them. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. Now, the fact that we signed Jason McCourty, the fact that we signed the undrafted free agent, Jabri Blunt, son of, or family member to Mel Blunt, which I think is very interesting, coincides with the video I had planned for tomorrow. Like I said, I'm just making today. And that is, I'm going to look at the offseason in a whole, because we all, the offseason kind of is over, but not. We know what the camps are. I'll pop it up on one of these sides from Armando Salguero, the OTA off-season workouts, mandatory minicamp, and the rookie minicamp. That's all, May and June. And then they get a break, and essentially training camp starts at the end of July. So I have a good amount of time to do my camp battle videos and all that stuff. But with this team, I'm going to look at the free agent signings. I'm going to look at the draft, and I'm going to tell you what I think. How was the offseason, good or bad? Now, looking at free agent signings, right? We got Will Fuller, Jacoby Brissett, and then we have the McKinney trade. We have Matt Skura signing, Justin Coleman, corner, Adam Butler, Robert Foster, Malcolm Brown, Michael Pilardi, Sethan Carter, the fullback, Brennan Scarlett, linebacker, and Duke Riley. Those are the free agent signings we made. You look at that list. That's my response to it. It's just Will Fuller, loved the signing. Jacoby Brissett, I wanted the Dolphins to pick him up as a backup quarterback last year if they moved on from Fitz. And if you go back and watch my free agent video, I said this year, should pick up Jacoby Brissett as a backup. They did that. The McKinney trade, I think he's going to help us out tremendously in the linebacker. Everything else, I'm like, what? Like Robert Foster, we'll see how that pans out. Suppose he's a really speedy receiver. We have a ton of fast receivers. Not a big fan of the Matt Skura signing. I know he was dealing with injuries, even though he was top 10 in pass block and run blocking win percentage. I'm still not comfortable with the center position. Then you got Justin Coleman. Not bad corner, but now bringing Jason McCourty. Malcolm Brown. He's all right. He's not a running back that's going to break it off for a 95-yard touchdown. He'll get you 2 yards in the first down. Michael Pilardi, the punter that we signed, I think that was like one of the first signings we did. He tore his ACL last July. Why? They didn't even bring in a punter in undrafted free agency. They must have a lot of faith that he's going to be healthy. So when it comes to the free agency, I give it like a B-. And what saved it from being in the C territory was the Will Fuller and the McKinney trade. That boosted it up to a B-. And then the draft, you guys know how I feel about the draft. Waddle, Phillips, Holland, Eckenberg, Long, Coleman, and Dokes. I gave that, I'm going to round it to an A. Solid A draft. Really liked it. So you take the two, you put them together. I think that the Dolphins did about a B+ in offseason. Free agency, they weren't going to go crazy. And I knew they weren't going to go crazy. So that's why like their grade in free agency isn't crazy, because they didn't go crazy. It wasn't an A+ free agency because they didn't go out and grab those big players. They got solid depth and solid, help in that area with like Brennan Scarlett, Duke Riley, Robert Foster, if he makes the team, Adam Butler, Justin Coleman. Those are solid backups. And then you got the Will Fuller, Jacoby Brissett, McKinney, which are, again, Brissett's a backup. So when you look at the offseason, I honestly think it's a solid, B+. Free agency is not sexy. I didn't expect it to be sexy. If you thought it was going to be sexy, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably really mad. I saw a lot of you guys. I'm very, very mad. But comment below. What is your thoughts on the free agent signings and the draft? What do you think they should have done better? I know we all wanted them to go for Lindsley, the center, but he got overpaid with LA. We wanted Thuney. He got overpaid, with the Chiefs. We wanted all these guys, and they got overpaid and a ton of cash that the Dolphins didn't really have. Looking at the amount of money they had, and they're waiting till next year where the cap goes up to fill in those bigger needs. The one thing on here that I wish they did a little bit better is running back. Again, we don't know how their thought process is on Myles Gaskin, on Ahmed, on any of the guys that they have on the team right now. You know, there is the potential of trading, you know, for the running back from the Jaguars. They brought in ETN. I'm pretty sure he's not happy about that. There's guys out there. Kerryon Johnson. There we go. He just got released. So will the Dolphins kick the tires on that, being that he is a free agent, so they can probably sign him to a 1-year deal? I don't know. Those are the only areas of the offseason that bothered me that they didn't really address, which was center and running back. They addressed everything else. They brought linebackers in out the butt. They've got pass rushers. They got defensive tackles. They got corners, safeties, wide receivers, ton of offensive linemen. Heck, they even brought in a quarterback. They just didn't get a running back or a center. You can say, well, Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Brown's not the answer. Matt Skura is not the answer. Is it Jesse Davis? Is it Deirdre? I'll talk about that when I talk about the camp battle positions. Also, we'll look at the final roster, but that'll probably be, I'll do a roster breakdown probably during camp when we get closer to the season to see what the final roster looks like and how good it will be. But the camp battle video is going to be very exciting. I'm probably going to start that next week, give or take, maybe next Friday, because next week the schedule comes out on the 12th. So it's going to be very awesome. Be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the Jason McCourty signing. Will he go to safety? What are they going to do with that? I'm hoping they still, I don't know if they're going to bring in Malik Hooker after this signing. We'll see how that all pans out. Comment below. I want to know what you guys think of everything. What you think of the new timeline thing where you guys can just click wherever I'm talking. But other than that, guys, I'll see you. If news breaks, you get in a video. No matter what I'm doing, where I am, I'll try to get you a video. But Monday, I'm going to do the strength of schedule video, and I'm going to talk some more about some other things. Wednesday, we're going to do the schedule. Again, I might not be on Twitter all day because I want to see the schedule fresh. I don't want to know, oh, this is this and this and that. So, and then Friday we'll start quarterback camp battle. And I know there's no camp battle quarterback, Doug. Tua is a starter. I understand that. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm talking about the quarterbacks we have and my thought process on it going into camp. Okay? Because I know I'm going to get people saying, well, there's no camp. I know. It's just a name. Love you guys. I'll talk to you again Monday or unless news breaks. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.